Hello. So today I have a friend with me to help tell a little story. This is one of the horse toys that I had when I was young. I have a lifelong love of horses. I can't remember a time when when I wasn't attracted to horses, when I didn't love horses. And this was one of my favorite toys. If I had a name for her, don't remember it, but she was a favorite of mine. I yeah had a skipper doll who would get to ride her regularly. So she's gonna stay right here. I'm gonna bring this camera there so that you can see her. So I'm going to share a story today about when one of the spiritual direction things that I learned while riding. It was when I was taking a lesson with an amazing instructor named Pat. She was so good, and she taught me a lot about horses as well as about riding. So one of the things that happened with this horse that I was riding, the great and lovely DJ, who was a little stubborn and a good pal for me, a good riding pal. So we were riding in the ring that we always had our lessons in, and something spooked him. I think it was a like one of those traffic cones on the side of the at the wall of the ring, and something that was in there every single time that I took a lesson. And for some reason, he got spooked occasionally by something that was there all the time. Um, and what Pat taught me to do was, and this took some time, but like we just interrupted what we were going to do for the lesson and just stop to help him sort of get over being spooked by this traffic cone. And the way that we did that was she had me turn DJ toward the traffic cone, and just stand there as close as he would tolerate. So it was, I don't know, it wasn't like across the ring or anything, but it was a good distance. And we just stood there with him facing the traffic cone. Like, he tried to turn away. He didn't want to stand there, and I just had to keep him. Um, I didn't force him to go toward it or anything. We just had to stand there, and he just had to face it. Then, when he relaxed, I could, get him to take a few steps toward the traffic cone. And he would, like he would take he took a few steps toward it. And then when he started to want to turn, that's when we stopped. Or, like when he started to get anxious, that's when we would stop. And again, to stand there, all I had to do was sit there with him, and I was relaxed and wait until he got relaxed. The only thing he had to do was stand there and face the traffic cone. And we kept doing that, getting closer and closer until we were right there next to it, and he took his nose and touched the traffic cone. And it was like magic, like then we could continue our lesson and go around the ring, and he wasn't spooked by that anymore. And one of the spiritual direction lesson from that, for me, was after we'd done this a few times when he got spooked, because he, not regularly, but did periodically, was that I feel like that is how um, God has been with me. That there might be something that it seems like maybe God wants me to do. I can't think of a specific example right now, but something that God wants me to do. And I'm not thrilled about it, and maybe I'm a little spooked by it. And what God does is what I did with DJ. It's like, okay, you can stay and look at it from a distance and sort of get used to it. Um, the thing with God is that, and then if I turn away, then God brings the thing around back into my vision. Um, and gradually I get closer and closer, and the equivalent of touching my nose to the thing, and it's like, okay, okay, I can say yes to this now. And it's just been a lesson that has stayed with me for many years. Just trying to be faithful, and learning from the animals that I love, because they are great teachers, and God has certainly used them in my life. So I'm wondering if any of your favorite animals have taught you life lessons, spiritual lessons, deep lessons, funny lessons. I would just love to hear about them, because I know that they're good stories. So I hope that you'll share your story. Leave a comment below, share your own video. I would love to hear your story. I hope you have a great day, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Bye bye.